Good morning. Good morning. How are you now? I've just got to click live in a few other places and bear with me because this is always the juggle. Go live on Instagram, go live on Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, right. Okay. We've not been able to go live for some reason on Facebook. So I'm live everywhere but my Facebook group. What? That's the main place for me to go live. Good morning to you all. Welcome. And bear with me a minute while I try and get this live running on my Facebook group, Creative Genius Corner. If you're not in my group, Creative Genius Corner, then jump over to it now because it is a fantastic group. Where I share lots of insights all of the time into lots of things. And it's an amazing group of creative minds. So bear with me because I am just copying and pasting and getting this going. So goodness knows what's happening this morning with groups. There's always something every time I go live each week. How are you finding lives on Facebook? It's very hit or miss at the moment, you know, whether you can actually get things working for you, whether you can't. Right, let's have a look. Nope. So we're not going live in Creative Genius Corner this morning. I'm going to be sharing this into Creative Genius Corner after I've done it everywhere else through StreamYard. So absolutely no idea what's happening on Facebook this morning. I will sort that out later. So if you're in watching me and you were watching in the group for a second and it popped up and then it disappeared, sorry about that. Hey ho, these are the ways things work. Anyway, for the rest of you, welcome. And this is a big live, really. This is the live that I always share after I have done a 5-day challenge. And we've just finished the 5-day challenge. It was amazing. It was a group filled with absolutely amazing creatives. And we've had so much passion. So I thought it would be great to follow up with sorry, I'm typing. This is me letting my group know it's not working. Yeah, we've had amazing people in there, and I wanted to share like how important it is to really understand the mind of a creative. If you're creative, your mind works differently. So that's what we're going to be sharing today. So I'm Mandy Nicholson, and I am the Creative Genius Consultant, and I obviously can't type and and speak at the same time. I'm the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist. I'm an author. I'm a creative retreat owner in Scotland, and I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their businesses and make more money. It's what I do. It's my passion. I love it. And one of the things that really helps is really understanding how you tick. So bear with me while I finish this little message off. Right. Finish that. I can't type. I don't. How do you think this is obviously the creative mind? I cannot speak and type a message at the same time. It's multitasking is a myth. It's an absolute myth. It doesn't work. It's really hard, and particularly if you're creative. So I've been working with creative women now for decades, and I mean decades, both in my own business and in retail, where I was a senior leader. So I really understand, what's going on in your thought processes. I am autistic myself, undiagnosed, but I am autistic. And do you know how I know I'm autistic? Don't need the doctors to tell me this. Both of my children are autistic, and it's more likely to have come from me than anywhere else. Plus, I recognize myself in them. My son is 20, my daughter's 25, both autistic. My daughter's also ADHD. So they are also both creative. My daughter has a first-class honours degree in art and design. My son is a qualified animator and illustrator. And we have used creativity to help them navigate life, to go through mainstream school, to make sense of how other people are, how to react in situations, how to navigate their lives. Creative thinking has helped them and it's helped me to teach them. And it helps the women who come to work with me through my creative mastermind. So today I wanted to go through my little Mind of a Creative document and talk you through it, because sometimes reading something and then hearing it out loud and hearing someone talk about it can be two completely different things. And that's what I wanted to do today. I'm going to walk you through this. So what this document is, and it's available as a freebie on my website. If you go to my website, there's a link in the descriptor on this live. But if you're on Instagram, there's a link in my bio that takes you to Linktree. It takes you to my website, mandynicholson.co.uk. If you go to the Work With Me section and the drop-down menu, there's freebies. And in there is the Mind of a Creative. And it's a PDF. It's going to be changing very soon to more than that. But at the minute, it's a PDF. And it's 35 observations that I have made in the creative women I've worked with, in myself, in my children, and through the years in my own business. So I'm going to read out, not all 35, because we will be here all day. I'm going to cherry pick some of them and talk you through them. If you want all 35, then go onto my website and download the freebie. So number one is, as a creative and as a neurodivergent, or as both, your mind never slows down. Okay? It's nonstop. It's filled with curiosity. Do you ever feel like it just keeps going at 100 miles an hour, constantly coming up with ideas and things that you could be doing other than what you're currently doing? There never seems to be a break from thought. It's like a machine constantly running, and it's exhausting, but it's also the source of some fun experiences and memorable discussions. So what I've done is said, I recognize that this is how your mind is, but there's a positive side to it as well. So that's number one, point number one in my little freebie, the Mind of a Creative. Now I'm going to cherry pick and I'm going to skip a couple, and then I'm going to go to number 4, which is you have difficulty staying on task. Shiny object syndrome is part of your daily routine. You are distracted by the shiny object and the other things that you could be doing. You find yourself chasing the next shiny idea instead of completing the current task that you're on. You make big mental leaps, to new possibilities, and you get bored really, really quickly. This can be beneficial for challenging yourself, but detrimental to your income because you don't often allow an idea to consolidate and make money and create revenue consistently before you're off on another project or you're distracted by something else. And this can be really difficult for creatives in business. Staying on task and turning an action, a project, the thing that you're working on into revenue is what's stopping you from building your really, really successful creative business. And it's an inbuilt, hardwired trait that you have as a creative. So don't beat yourself up for it is the first thing. Have a look at this free resource and see which ones you resonate with the most. So your creativity, I'm going to skip a couple as well, again, and then I'm going to go on to number 7. And number 7 is you need space to create. Okay, this is the hardest thing for us creative and for neurodiverse individuals. Environment delivers peak performance. When you are constrained in a small space, you feel trapped and less able to produce good work. This can be frustrating because most creatives need to make do with limited space until they can get bigger space. I've spoken to ladies this week after the 5-day challenge that have got tiny spaces to create in and no storage, and it can be really difficult and restrictive in your business. So seek out opportunities for additional space wherever you can. One of my former clients, Lucy Sheffield, actually got a caravan on FreeCycle that she parked outside of their home and used as her art studio. So it was a free caravan. It wasn't in great shape, but it didn't need to be for an art studio. And it gave her that additional space that she needed to create. So the next one is point 8. You focus intensely. You can tune out the world when you are focused on your creation or your work, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's writing, whether it's painting, whether it's creating a course, whether it's whatever it is, getting ready for a therapy session that you are delivering, because creativity comes in many different forms, then you can be really focused and tune out the rest of the world. But if you're interrupted, it can be a bit of a disaster. You're slow to recover. It can take, this is a statistic, it can take 20 minutes for you to recover from a single 30-second interruption. So if somebody comes and asks you if you want a cup of tea when you're highly focused and you're in the zone, you can take 20 minutes to recover from that interruption. So if that happens regularly throughout your day, imagine the time that you are losing to the other people around you that are interrupting your creative flow. So what's really important for you is boundaries and communication as a creative. Now, you're good at that, but it can often be something that you leave out in the process of creating your business. Create boundaries, communicate your boundaries, and stand by them and reinforce them again and again until you teach the people around you that this is what you need in order to function in your business. Okay, point number 11 is that you think and speak in stories. Explaining isn't the point. No, experience is the point. It's exactly what I'm doing for you now. This is available as a download. You can print it off and read it. But I'm telling you it as a story almost. You're listening to it, and I'm giving you anecdotes and examples as I share it with you. So you will do this as a creative. Why say one word when you can say 100? Yeah, we can be good at that. We can also be introverted and shy. There's two sides to us. People may roll their eyes when you start to talk because they know that this could take time, okay? But you paint such a fascinating picture that it's also kind of addictive, okay? So bear that in mind. Linear thinkers and left brainers won't necessarily get this talking in stories. They won't necessarily, but it's important because you're visualizing while you're speaking, while you're teaching, and while you're sharing information. So it's actually really important. But a lot of people just want really succinct and statistic-based communication. That's not for you. That can show and highlight mismatches in relationships, in jobs, and in many other things. So bear that in mind. Okay, I'm going to move on now to number 14, which is you have a hard time believing in yourself. Even the most apparently confident creatives wonder if they're actually good enough. Imposter syndrome creeps in a lot of the time. I'm not good enough. They're better than me. My work isn't as good as that. Why should I be showing up and sharing my work? I'm not that great. I don't have a qualification in art and design, therefore I'm not as good as the people who do. You compare yourself to others constantly. And this is really detrimental for your business. It's really detrimental for your business because it's holding you back. It's keeping you behind a fence. This I'm not good enough, or there's other people better than me. It's keeping you behind this fence, and it's stopping you from sharing your genius with the world and actually going out there and taking risks and going for it. So it's a trait. These are all hardwired traits. Yeah, you will have some or most of them. Some people have all of them. All right. So it's worth knowing. Remember, knowing how you're wired and knowing your creative mind and coming up with strategies to help you to get past some of these barriers can be what you need in your business right now. So I'm going to move to number 19 now, which is you connect the dots better than others. You are an essential part of a team. You are essential in your business. You see patterns even as words are spoken. As you're listening, you're connecting the dots, seeing patterns and coming up with solutions. You may not even know how good at this you are. It might have shown up in other roles, such as mum or such as volunteer. It may not have shown up in the places that you would inherently think it would show up, but it is a skill that you have. You have the ability to complete a full picture whilst others are still wondering what to do next. So think about that, because imagine having that skill within a team, being able to listen, connect the dots and come up with solutions. You'll do it in your life as a mum if you are one, as a parent if you are one. You can do it as a business owner. It's a skill that you can really develop, and it makes a massive difference in your business and on your profit and your sales lines. Okay. I'm going to move over now to number 23, which is you have a bit of a problem with your money mindset. Yeah, you may not be good with money, full stop. It may come and go. It might be like water in your hands. You might not be able to save or create more money in sales in your business. There may be a block there with your money mindset that's stopping you being successful in your business. Yeah, you seem to just scrape by all the time and fit into the persona of the starving artist. You almost create that for yourself, and you can't always see the importance of investing in yourself in order to improve your money mindset and the money coming into your life and your business. So this can be a block for you, and unless you work on that, unless you actually do some work on your money mindset, you're restricting yourself in your business again. Most of these are having a huge impact on your business, but they're all solvable. That's my main message today. There's nothing here that you can't solve. In fact, I've got a mini money mindset audio program on my website, mandynicholson.co.uk, under freebies. And it's just 6 audios, 5 or 6 minutes each, to help you start thinking about your money mindset. So you can go and consume that free resource as well. And it's worth putting in the half-hour effort just to listen to some of those exercises. Okay. Number 30 on this list is you are a survivor. You will have experienced trauma, difficulties, and emotional challenges in your life, but you bounce back and create new pathways. You will not give up. You will keep coming back. This is the connecting the dot things. You can see normally, if I do all 35 of these, you can see a red thread that connects all of these things. When you start working on one, you start automatically improving other areas of your amazing creative mind, because it is an amazing place. And this trait of being a survivor and actually pushing through is what will make you a really great business owner in the long run. Okay, number 32 is you are open to new experiences. You love to experience the world around you, the people, the places, and the cultures. Color, smells, texture, and nature are all experienced, not just seen in pictures. You experience them all. You tend to use all of your senses much more than others do. So you may be predominantly visual, you may be predominantly auditory, you may be kinesthetic and need touch and feel, but you will use those senses in a much bigger way, both if you are creative and if you're neurodivergent. You're also really sensitive. So these senses that you are utilizing more than other people are what helps you to do all those other things, like connecting the dots and being an innovative and a big sky thinker. You just haven't necessarily unlocked that power yet in your brain. So I'm not going to go through all 35. We're coming up for 20 minutes, which is most people's attention span. But I want you to be able to go and get that freebie from my website and think about your creative brain and how it works. It may be that you need the help to unlock your creative brain. And we've just done a 5-day challenge, which was fantastic. I've got lots of calls booked with some amazing creative women. But if you're listening to this now and you want help or you want to talk to me, you can book a call with me. There's a link on my website. You can book a free call with me. Do have a discussion about this. If something that I've said today has resonated with you and you think it's holding you back in your creative business and where you are now, book a call. Let's have a discussion, because you think differently and you need different types of help. Okay, that's a fact. So that's your thought for today. that's my live for today. Sorry, it was a bit of a dodgy start. It's just when the tech doesn't work, it's very distracting and it's very annoying, particularly if you're a creative and you're trying to do 12 things at once anyway. So thank you for watching. I will be back next Tuesday with another live on another topic that helps you move forward in your business. This Wednesday, just for information, I am running a masterclass in Heather Rose's amazing academy and membership. If you're not in that, it's definitely worth a look because Heather is such a resource and such a help on social media. So that's Heather Rose's. Go and have a look at her. And I'll be delivering a masterclass in there this Wednesday night on how to make sales every single day in your business. So if you can get in on that, do so. If not, I'll see you next week. Bye for now.